Yay.
Episode
The Dojo Podcast, Season 16, Episode 5, right?
episode 5, yeah.
Yeah, Episode 5.
Yeah, episode 5, man. What to do? Mbali, okay?
Hi, Shapkunjan.
Yeah, I'm back. Tabang is now the one adulting. Yeah, Tabang is the one adulting. So, yeah, on a freezing weekend.
Is it adulting if it's work?
Oh, it's
Yes,
yeah.
I get you said adulting is all encompassing.
It's all encompassing.
Okay.
Kispani, yeah. So it sort of counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a freezing weekend, bro. Like, awabata, guys.
Where were you last week in Bali?
Excuse me.
Mbali.
Slander. Do you want me to take out some having the dojo?
Aye.
These ones, they don't take care of me house.
I was very sharp, ne?
Very good to that.
Yes. I knew it. It's really fair.
Can't leave me with these ones.
Yeah, can't leave me with
Can't
these
leave me with
motherfuckers.
these ones. They're not trustworthy.
Yeah, no, my boy had a sports day last week. So they invited us to in the sports ground in Dan, but the activities are. Eish, Jolo wasugudisa man because when he sees us, then he doesn't want to participate into the thing. Battle bloma lo na atshwere phone. So there had to be a lot of encouraging that my sister had to do.
So do you think you should have stood at the finish line?
Yeah.
With the
Yeah, I think body finish line in that because he wanted to be around where the parents were sitting. And not move to where the
kids
Look
were.
at you,
Yeah,
eh? You are attending sporting events now.
Not at these sporting events right now. So if it wasn't for my sister helping out, shame, anti-duties, yeah, no, I wouldn't have coped. I wouldn't have coped at all, shame. Yo, hey, only antisocial. Get the phone in so and he just wanted to be on his phone the whole day. You know, yeah, but otherwise it was a fun thing. They even had us, the parents, like participating in stuff.
Did they make you run?
They made us play soccer. Nakadala disc. But you did lazy disc. I think the mothers played netball. And then they did a little song that he didn't want to participate in, so I didn't get the
video.
yeah
Oh,
the video of
no.
them. Yeah, they sang the national anthem. Yeah, he didn't want to go there. Umborile blind. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I did last week.
Because you seem like you were a shy kid at school.
Yeah, I was.
So where do you expect him to get the flamboyance from?
Yeah, but I just thought okay, how about I didn't pinch it high. What's about comfortable, right? Yeah, I just thought and he's got some friends who tried to encourage him to bring him. I'm not so clean net. He didn't want to hear fuck all.
Shaparampa.
Hey. Hey.
Not like you. Batala mare.
You know, hey man, I was so pissed off, bruh. Yeah.
Get better.
Yeah, I'm hoping Ratza Holanyana, then it gets better. But it was good. For my first sports day, it was a good time. I had a good
so
time.
excited for you.
Yeah, I had a good time.
How easy do you find it being kind to your son?
Yeah. Especially during those moments, like when he does the temper, yeah, it takes a lot out of me just to disengage, you know, because
And not to lose your temper.
yeah, because in the thinking kile phone asa ntse le rata wabo a ntse le rata ba tla itela and he's like now making a
So
scene.
those kids that threw themselves on the floor.
Yeah, when I say tia, when I say tia, Jole, the strength it takes not to just take him and actually now hit him for
So that he knows what he's crying
he
for.
cries for something. It takes a lot, Shane.
So how do you pacify him?
So I just took the phone Begetsama and just move, and then he follows me. Then I move away from the crowd.
Where people can't see you.
Then where people can't see
So
me.
you can hand that little nigga his ass.
So I just move away, Shay. I just move away.
Because you can't fuck him up in front of
Bruh,
people.
you can't. Because then they start looking at you.
So you gotta move on.
Hey, yo. Hey, Baraja. So, but when either if or my sister is around, I just let them handle it.
over.
Yeah, I just let them handle it because I want to naga I. I'm just shove him around.
How impatient or patient was your father with your brother?
Well, like my dad, he didn't have to be strict with my brother, so much so that a lot of the time, even when my sister would be the one to try and discipline my brother, then my dad would intervene for his son to be like, no man, you're being too hard on him. He's never had to be the one to pass the discipline or the one.
Well,
to,
even if
to
it's
see
not
through.
discipline, but like the manner in which they interact.
No, my
Was
dad.
he nice to
Yeah,
him?
my
Was
dad
he?
is not a. No, he doesn't.
And then now happen another thing I've been trying to sort of like establish is that when I'm disciplining him, agabatli batu badike. Like I don't want him.
You
I
don't want
him-
anybody to intervene, eh?
Yeah, don't intervene. When I'm dealing with it, uskadike, like don't. Hey, mutlele. Nah, I don't like that. I had to tell my sister one of these days where I was doing that and she wanted to go uskadike.
Uskadike.
Yeah, don't intervene.
Like I get, it doesn't take much to rile me up. I snap out of it fairly quickly,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah, because you
I'm
don't want a
strict.
situation where he feels like he's got an out.
yes.
So when there's an intervening person, then the kid feels like there's an out.
It's the savior.
Yeah.
There was a tweet some time back that was talking about like fathers. No, not fathers. Just the whole. It was another gender war thing. Where this guy was saying, "Oh, okay, if you don't want to stay in the kitchen, then let's switch places, and you go to the garage where the dad is and go face the verbal abuse that happens in there."
Yo.
And
Yeah, the kitchen is outside.
in the garage. Yo, until the baker gara, konaka wakua kara.
Chica kai.
Konaka wakua kara.
But how one or stuff says too high?
Yeah.
How would it like, bruh? I don't know. This is
Like-
my first time doing this
And then
shit.
I started getting flashbacks about how my father used to be.
He was very,
Jesus.
was he strict?
When I strict.
Yo. And like I was seeing, I never got the brunt of it, but I could see how my brothers who
Yeah.
were of age, who could help him,
Kena kabulu, yeah.
and then my brother standing would bring the wrong spanner.
Nigga would snap. Jesus, man.
That time I got hand me spanner sa number.
Number what?
Yeah. Maybe it's a 14, fana at least a 12.
12.
Oh, what's that? It's not nice dealing with dads, bro. I'm telling you. So now, sometimes, and the reason I was asking you that, because I find that I'm becoming that
Your dad.
father, yeah.
Oh, short fuse nyan.
Yeah.
Short fusing nyan.
And it doesn't help that he's the only kid. So he doesn't have anybody to compare this to.
Yeah.
So it might actually be easy for him to think, okay, this is something that only happens to him.
To
or that
him.
would only happen to him. So I have to be cognizant of
Yeah.
Of that.
Yeah.
But now the cognition comes after I've done the act. So
Why one?
I regret, I should not have spoken like that.
Yeah. And let's say you have a second kid, and because now you're aware of these things and
you're trying to fix it.
You try to fix it even better with your second one.
Then he feels
Well,
some
and
type
then
of
he
way.
He's gonna
feels
feel some
slighted.
type of way.
He's gonna feel
Like,
some
how,
type of way.
bruh?
And they'll
Also-
go,
so
oh,
it
you
was
can.
just me you were beefing with.
You actually can.
Yeah. Firstborn always gets the worst.
Yeah, I know they get it, Jim. Shame they get it. And then now, as a firstborn, it gives you sympathy with your parents.
With your parents.
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
even
sometimes you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Even with girls, because my mother was so strict with me when it came to even things of how I dress and boys and whatnot, and she wasn't as strict with my sister.
with your
But I
sister.
just thought it's because I had worn her down, like I had made her tired that
Yeah.
she no longer had the energy.
The energy to do it.
But because in later years, my sister could relate very easily with my mother, and they could talk about boys and that type of thing. Till the day my mother died, we have never
Never
had a
had that-
boyfriend
that sort of relationship,
conversation
Lord.
ever.
Yep.
Because the only conversation we had about boys was uzomita and then uzobuya lapha phansi. That was it. That was
Yeah, because I had
And look how things turned
Yeah.
out now. See?
Hey,
You see?
hey,
see?
hey. But we have to give them a bit of grace because, you know, there is a bit of introspection. I think maybe, you know,
yes,
they
I get it. But
they
at the,
did.
like when you're going through it at the time, but I didn't. It's not to say I was touched about. I just thought. Hence, I said, no, she was just tired by the time.
Yeah,
yes, maybe she intended to be as strict with her also.
But when you
because
had worn her down
I had
so much.
already exhausted the poor lady. She
Sure.
was just like, you know what? Let me just try a different
Yeah.
tact with this one. Let me not,
Why?
you know.
No, I feel you. Yeah, man. Because happy at the end of the day, we just,
I
you
know
know,
formula we're
yeah, we're
doing.
just winging it at the
You
end
just
of the
try
day.
your best.
Yeah, you try your best and you do what you think is right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gone are the days where you didn't have to worry about what the child could potentially become based on how you treated them in their childhood. I hate that I have to think about that.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a lot, ne?
I think it would have been much easier when we were oblivious about any of these things and we had none of this fucking psychological, psychiatric theory, none of this mental health bullshit, you know? You just winged it. You know, and then if you turn out fucked up, you turn out fucked up, and then, you know,
That's how it goes.
And then we punish you for it. Because back then, you didn't get to look back and blame the parents about how you were. Nah, it was still you.
Yeah.
Why are you like this?
Yeah, you had to own it up. But now with therapy, you realize a lot stems from how you grew up. And
now you'll be the 70-year-old dad being confronted by your 30-year-old son about things that you did
yep.
25 years ago.
Yep.
And now you have to swallow your pride, if you even can, at that age, being the man that you will be at that time,
Wow.
to apologize to this little nigga about something you did. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. What? Yo,
Hey, man, you're gonna have to, bro.
That shit is you know,
Hey.
it's difficult. And, you know,
Hey.
and the thing about these little kids is that they those type of kids to demand that out of you. Because, I mean, I have some things that I feel some way about that my mother did, you know, and I have spoken to her about it, but I never made her grovel for them.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
And
But,
in fact,
but these
and,
ones
and
will
I didn't even try to solicit an apology from her.
yeah, these
You
ones
know,
will
I was just letting her know, and in fact, I was mentioning it in passing. I wasn't laying a grievance.
Yeah.
I was just trying to explain to her how all of us are the way we are because of the things that we went through. And then I also try to psychoanalyze her based on what I knew about her childhood. And what she turned out as. I'm like, you are like this because that's how you grew up.
grew
It's
up.
not your fault.
Yeah.
You know?
And in turn,
So even me, you know, these are the things that happened to me, being your son, and
this is how I
you
turned
know,
out.
This is why we're dealing with the things that we're dealing with now. It's like it's not, you know, abnormal, you know. But these little niggas out here will be like, hey, man, it's like, I don't know what I'm saying.
Hey, they want accountability.
And that's going to be hard to give.
Yeah, they're gonna want accountability, man. And it's the sort of shift where parenting is going. They're gonna want it, bruh.
Do you think they remember some of the things that you still feel aggrieved about, like the things that you spoke to your mom about? Had you not mentioned them, do you think she forgot that they had happened?
The incident that I referred to, she couldn't remember. She couldn't remember it
For
because for
Yanaki,
her it was a small.
It was a small
Yeah,
thing.
it was
It was a
such
small
a small
event
thing
but
and insignificant.
For me, it's etched in my brain. Like I'll never forget that day.
And happy that's why sometimes I'm afraid, you know, ki stop when I try to discipline my son sometimes and not taking it where because I never know what would be that moment for him.
Yes.
You never know when exactly will it be.
Yeah. But I don't think you can avoid it
Yeah.
because you either do your best to avoid it and face the risk of dealing with a delinquent
With a delinquent
that you couldn't discipline. Yeah, because you are gonna get it wrong at some point. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like at school, you know, in the days when we had corporal punishment. Sometimes you took beatings you didn't deserve.
Yeah. For real.
You know, you were caught at the wrong time,
Yeah.
the wrong place.
Wrong place, and you-
Or she thought she saw you talk in class, but it really wasn't.
It wasn't you.
But you take the beating because
And you take it.
that's just
That's a-
everything has its pitfalls, you know.
That's how the
But
cookie-
most of the beatings that you got were warranted.
Yeah, they were. Definitely so.
You know, but that one where you were innocent, you don't
You don't go away happily. And sometimes you just gotta take the L's, bro.
and they won't.
Yeah, they won't. Yeah, sometimes
Because
you
now,
just gotta
so
take
now
the
you're gonna
L's.
spare the rod for 90% of the times where you did deserve it. We're gonna spare you that, just so we can spare you this one
Where you
event
didn't.
that might trigger something.
In you,
In you.
right? Yeah, I know.
But then now that comes at its own cost as well,
Yeah.
because you don't know what you're gonna be dealing with.
Do you think
Ngwana a sa le moholo ra.
umntana, like, when a child is a child, you can tell then already if they're going to be a bad
problem.
child or like a, for
Because-
lack of a better word, I don't know.
Yeah, because
but like a child that's gonna be difficult to raise.
for me, I know Hori, my son loves to test the boundary. He loves it, like, and I think his mom allows him to. You know, like there's certain things like his mom allows him to do that I don't. You know, and I just chalk it up to different parenting styles. You know what I'm saying? You're not at them, but they test them though.
But then you see, and that this is another conversation: the effects of co-parenting, and how like now kids have to grow up in these dual households,
Yeah.
where the rules are happening the one end. It's especially worse when the parents don't even get along, so they won't even get to a point where they're able to actually
To-
agree on how both how to eat.
Yeah,
It can't be.
It can't just work on one way.
So now when you don't even have that rapport with her,
It becomes
and it's like
yeah.
it has like the ripple effects are so far-reaching.
Bruh.
They're so far-reaching.
Or when I'll give you one simple example. Ne? I don't sleep with my son. So he knows when he's with me, you know, but he sleeps with his mom that side, you know, and now when his mom is trying to wean him off, and she's finding it difficult. You know, by just being firm with the discipline, and like there's
sent him
certain
away, yeah.
there's just certain things I'm firm on, and why not also goodies? So but you just gotta be firm, yo. You just gotta be firm. So sometimes our firmness, you know,
So you
to
Also
like the bad
differs.
cop and she's the good cop.
yeah, where one.
See, now that dynamics works better when you're in one household, because then you are able to, like, it sort of blends into each other.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, and like if you guys in the same house, when I'm disciplining, when I'm setting a boundary or a rule for the boy, don't intervene or do something that goes against this thing, you know. But now, two different households, my son literally acts differently depending on where he
Where
is.
he is. Makes sense.
Depending on what's about this is how things go. He knows that's how things go. And sometimes I'm surprised by, you know, the way I defa whatever, like whatever.
Mara ha bona wena o ipeha
Hey, we bear hand. Hey, whatever, Joe. Whatever, blind, abona mohai. Yes, yes. Like, when I dropped him off, so my baby mom's uploma on the third floor. I stopped picking up my son and stuff. He walks by himself. You know what I'm saying? Ke magala ha batla maya mukuke by upstairs.
Upstairs.
Yeah, grey. What the hell is this? like what the hell is this, bro? Like, you know, I never see that. Like, you don't do that this side. Hey, get again to definitely my.
Yeah, but sometimes you feel some way about it because o tlo ikutlwe ka go o senyetsa ngwana. O tlo ka go o senyetsa ngwana, like, because
Like everything that you are trying to build. is
yeah,
sort of
because
like
the
it
last
gets
thing
made.
you want to do as a man is to raise a weak man. And now that's all you see when you see their mother do those things.
Hey, Fed.
Like you're trying to build something and then
Yeah,
she
and
then
then
comes in
taking
and does that.
like a few steps back. You know what I'm saying? Like a few steps back. But I wanna luckily now Nali my baby must so we really getting into that. No man. So when I saw the steps thing, nah, don't pick him up.
Come on, he's still little.
Nah, wow.
It's not to say when he's 12 he's gonna expect it.
That nigga is 5, yo.
Yes, let him enjoy it while he's still can.
Come on, bro. Nah.
Kind of who was that kid in Game of Thrones that was still sucking on his mom's titty?
Yeah, kind of who's that? And he was a grown ass
like
kid, like 15, bro.
Mom had a fine titty too.
But
he stayed on that thing.
And that boy was gonna be the next king for that kingdom.
And he did become king.
Maya's the one that got shoved into the hole like
Yeah. Nah, yo.
And look, he was weak.
That's because he didn't have a dad.
Yeah, because he was so coddled.
Yeah.
It's because he didn't have a dad. But your kids have dads. So it's okay for them to experience softness because they have you to come with the brute.
Yeah.
So it's okay for him to get picked up by his mom because when you're around, he doesn't get that anymore.
So do you think that duality is needed?
So it's not just to say the co-parenting thing
sort of
just
sets
has
back.
cons. Sometimes it's a good thing because
then he gets both sides.
He gets the tenderness when he's with his mom, and then he gets you, Mr. Not Pick Me Up,
Yeah.
when he's with you.
Hey, you're gonna use your feet, Ali.
Hey.
And your words.
So because he has a dad, it still balances out. If it was just the mom, then there'd be room for concern.
Yeah. So what you're mentioning is what my baby moms like to say.
Hey.
Okay, when I'm not against what you do, but
do it your way and
let me do it
my
way. You know, let me bring that softness in.
Yes.
You know, for him. You know, I'd say, okay, you know, if he wants to be soft, more about softness, he can get it.
He can get it.
Yeah.
And it's not to say
That's what
it's
she likes
always
to
soft
say.
cuddling because he does get in trouble with his mom also.
No, for
And
sure.
that's also okay.
Facts.
And sometimes he'll come and seek solace because he got into trouble with his mom.
That side.
So it's not to say, Luena, you must always be the bad guy all the time, every day.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, but it's hard raising kids, bro. It's hard, especially about the levels where you should take the discipline. Yeah, we're just winging it out here, man.
Hey, man.
We're just winging it.
And just hoping for the best.
Yeah, we're just hoping for the best, shame.
Because sometimes, you raise your child a certain way and then, but there's a child that's been raised completely different at school and they're besties.
Yeah.
And this other child is always calling your parenting into question because, but why does your dad do
Why
that?
does he do that? Hey, luckily, not so fit to that stage where now they're doing like when they sleep over.
You wonder, but why does my dad? But why does he do that? Because so and so's dad doesn't do that.
My son came back one day and told me that he's the only kid in his class that has chores.
What?
I don't believe that. Yeah. But I was like, because now his friends are looking at him like,
yo, when was father?
But it's possible, Mo.
It's possible because there's help.
Because
and
these kids do
help.
get coddled and they have help.
They
the
have
only
help.
thing they come home and do is play PlayStation or whatever. So
it's very possible.
It's very possible because
that's scary.
Yeah.
I also didn't have chores for a long time when I was a kid.
When did they start introducing chores for you?
Because when I was still staying with my grandmother, she'd always be like, when she turns 13, this is me. When I turn 13, then I'll start. I'll learn how to cook and I'll learn how to. But my mother wasn't like that. When my mother because even at home when I do the dishes and not wash the pots because I thought pots are for adults to wash. Like it's not for. And then my mother was like, no.
Can I more? You're gonna use it,
And if it's out more.
So we had help with my grandmother.
Yeah.
So I didn't have chores.
You have to do the chores.
Even at home, like with my mom, even when we did have help, you still have chores, and I didn't understand why you have chores when
there's
we have
help.
someone here to help us.
Yeah.
my grandmother, I think in her mind, even when I went to boarding school, I didn't have chores when I got home because it's my off weekend. I shouldn't have to come home
And work.
And work. I should be able to just come home and
rest.
and just chill. So to say that my sister's more domesticated than me because she's had chores her whole life,
Yeah.
I only had chores during Easter and September holidays, or like during December, whenever I'd go home, then I'd have to do chores. And I hate chores because
When I'm thinking about it, like, I when Linda growing up, like, the chores that were set for us weren't really hectic. Or like, obviously, time on at like the weekend. And then, part of the chore for me was before it has to
Before
go
he
out. Watering the garden, because the renal garden like a yard. Yeah, in
Small
to
chores,
hectic.
eh?
Yeah, in because we did have, people who would come and actually do gardening.
Exactly.
And we had help, It's just that, how to hold it, there was just certain things that never offered the responsibility for, like,
so
do
that's
your
why
bed.
I can actually believe him when he says he didn't have chores.
Yeah.
I worked.
There was
There was a point where the helper wasn't doing my laundry anymore. She was told that this laundry you don't touch.
You just leave alone.
Yeah. He does it.
Yeah.
Throughout high school, it got to a point where if I wanted something washed,
you had
and like Nikili, because I used to have, yes,
even like your school stuff as well, ne?
yeah, like I used to have, because we didn't have a washing machine. So when you don't have a washing machine and you hand wash everything, you have to set aside a day for washing.
Yeah, you have to.
So now,
You have to.
and then I'd say, okay, that Saturday is the Saturday I'm gonna do washing. Then I'd have to go wash. Gene and I'm
And then you're going to yo.
Bruh, I was washing, and then when I started like doing like piece jobs towards like the latter years of my high school, then I could pay the helper
to do the stuff for you. Yeah,
But
yeah.
my mom was like, nah, she's my helper. I pay her to do my things.
Not yours.
Not
yours.
yours.
Yeah.
I had to do my own washing, bro.
Jesus.
So you're making Rory wash his old socks when he comes home
From grade
school?
7, I was doing my own washing.
From grade 7? God damn, B.
From grade 7.
I don't know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's why I can do everything, bro. I
Yeah,
can
when
do
I know spa.
everything. Like
Yeah,
you
I know
can
spa.
put me in the garden or in the kitchen.
Yeah, I went on no spa.
I'll be like, I can like, and that's the sort of husband that I am.
Yeah.
Like I can really do.
You can do
I
both.
I can hold the shovel or the drill, and I can handle the.
Like I did pizza in
Yeah,
Gara.
you gotta pizza.
I'm
Because
there.
I was like, that's just the household that I grew up in. I was doing
Yeah,
everything. We used to get woken up with saying, "That was my 5. Hilonta, weeds
The weeds,
in the
yeah,
lawn.
yeah.
In the lawn, off
Yeah. Yeah,
small
but
split kunyana sisinyana
yeah,
chana kulonsa.
loans. Yeah,
We'd
yeah.
be there for
yeah,
hours.
Yeah, that we also did. But for me, it wasn't hectic. It really just to keep you, like I could tell with my parents, were just to keep you busy. Kasatis, like just to have you do something. But it wasn't enforced, Or sharp, yeah. How and nobody else is gonna do it. There was still somebody that still came and actually did the stuff, I wanna even make your bed, but if that day I didn't, the help was there to
Somebody
make
would
the
do
bed.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
No, the bed you had to make yourself. It wasn't.
Yeah, and then it just gradually moves on from there. And I think Lee know. I wanna get that's why I haven't really enforced that. Wow, he's still
He's
young.
little.
He's still 5.
What do you want him to do?
Yeah, something out of me.
Yeah, salumnya.
But that, there are things you can start. Like for example, now my son decides to feed the dog.
Oh, he feeds the dog.
Yeah, you feed the dog in the morning. You feed the dog in the evening. You polish your own shoes.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, that's like the only chores that he has right now. Oh, and pick up Zeus's poop.
Oh, he picks out. He's the one that picks
Around
up the
that,
poop.
he
Okay.
hates it.
Yeah, but I
Go
think
around
chores
the
are
garden.
important though.
I also think
Yeah, chores are.
important.
I think chores are
Makes
important.
for a well-rounded human person.
Yeah, and you would have responsibility, man. Yeah, I
And
kind of
that's
fuck with
important.
that. Yeah, it's
because
important.
you don't want to be like, especially for men, bruh, because men usually are absolved of a lot of work
Yeah,
in the house. And then they go on to be pretty useless husbands in their households who don't. Gardening, how are you?
I was panicking and the
Right?
garden looks like
Yeah.
trash.
But then when the wife is incapacitated, you still can't handle the inside of the house.
Yeah, no.
House o tlamehile go etsetsa bana dijo,
Dijo.
hlooho ya ema.
Yeah. And I once saw a TikTok of women lamenting that, okay, as soon as they were incapacitated, we got the households near the air. Like the dad doesn't know how to prepare kids to go to school. Like because he just doesn't know how the household functions. He doesn't know, and as soon as the wife couldn't do it, and then
everything goes to shit.
who no aim, yeah, everything just goes to shit, and I don't think that's right. I really don't think that's right. Like niggas need to be able to put
But
their
now
own
I
weight.
Because they grow up like this with no
Responsibility.
And then Mbali's job will be to clean and do the dishes and cook when the mom can't. The brother is not doing a damn thing. Not doing a damn thing. That's the man that he will become.
Yeah.
That's the man that he will be to his wife.
That's
That's what you are raising.
Yeah, for real. Because
And like it's even worse now because the traditional work of men has diminished over time.
yes,
It is diminished over time. So he's and because of that diminishing, he's also useless outside. He's useless outside. He's useless inside the house. He's just spanning, go make an income.
And
when he
that's
doesn't
it.
have a job, it renders him absolutely useless.
Yeah.
There's nothing to him at all. He couldn't put up a fence if he had to.
Yeah. Next
Those are the men that we have today.
Yeah.
How to the most manly thing that you do, go besana.
And
Go
even
behind. That's
then,
all
you're
you
taking
know.
shortcuts. How to do it from the real. Like, go shy away.
Mara ke re na masoko ga yona because o phela dishe sa nyameng. So it's part of what
Yeah,
you do for fun.
uh,
O tla besana. Mara o so tlamehile go lo lokisa gate.
Yeah, ubo kopana le masep.
Ha o tsebe next.
Nah, I feel you, man.
Ha o tsebe next. You're always calling help. You're always hiring people to come and do shit in the house. Ha drain blokile dihlotsa tsa lona di ema kaofela ka tlu. Ma gona le monna ka tlu.
Kisa ya basta. Ti. Ha re tsebe re tseng. Everybody's just shocked in the house, my G.
See, and then the woman carries the entire burden inside the house.
Yeah. And that's kind of bullshit, bro.
Those are the men that we have, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit.
Because it's no wonder that you find like a lot of women like lamenting or saying that marriage doesn't benefit
them anymore.
Yeah. It only benefits the man. Because how can it not when this nigga doesn't know anything? And I find it like very difficult for me to relate to it or even believe it because I'm like, bruh, I'm not that husband.
Yeah. When I was born,
Yeah.
and and a veil. It's about how we, because if you are raising a boy not to do shit, what do you expect him to do as Lucho? You know, when everything is done has been catered to. What do you expect a catering and a fitlandlo?
Yeah.
That's all he knows, bro. Fellas, you know, let's get back to the gardens, man. I love doing gardens. Shall we? Let's get into like garden trip.
Adult man, if you're serious about this thing of being a man, then
Yeah.
you learn how to do these things.
Yeah.
Because some things you weren't taught at home, but you went out of your way to learn how to do. So how are you okay with not knowing how to change a light bulb? How are you okay
Yeah.
with
Not knowing certain
knowing
things.
how to put up
certain
a fence.
DIY. DIY help them
Because
with the
maybe
DIY.
maybe you don't even
never-
have a dad. Maybe you don't even
Yeah.
have a dad to teach you these things.
Yeah.
But you needed to have taken it upon yourself to learn how to.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Or maybe your dad just sucked at it, but you still need to know how to.
Yeah. but I think I wanna like if the mothers are not coddling the kids, you know, I wanna like Mo was practically raised by his mom,
Yes.
but who can say work ethic, because work ethic is not a woman thing or man thing. Ufaka ngwana work ethic, and that's all you do, bro.
I think I was telling you, my hands
Yeah,
look old as hell,
look
bruh.
old as hell, bro.
My hands look old. And like, I never realized until I saw my
Yeah,
hands.
yeah.
Go see Kasha Wala, la, taba, man,
Sure.
matsoa ka mfana, yo. These are years of hard labor.
Labor. Whenever I was studying
Hard
Caesar, but we
labor.
were,
Emana ne re jala bo ditapole masimong.
Jesus.
Ka matsoho. No kata inside.
Yeah, work ethic, Joe.
no,
Yeah. Because I think even, you know, women can raise good boys. You know, even if there's no father in the house. But there's
Ideally,
certain
there should be a father.
Ideally they should be, yes. But even if there isn't, I think if mothers or boy moms gravitated away from coddling the boy children. You know what I'm saying? Like don't coddle these boys. Actually, these boys can take a lot, bro. These boys can take a lot. You just have to test the boundaries are high. They can do it, bro. They can really do it.
It's not over until he's in a coma.
These boys can
That's
take
when you
it.
stop. It's like, I went a bit too far.
And whatever, and it like when they start walking and you wanna just carry them everywhere. Just let that nigga fall, bro. Let that nigga fall, man. To allow it, you know, you don't have
But
to.
I don't even think there was ever a time where mothers let the kids fall. I think mothers have always been overprotective over the children. That's why.
But I kind of feel like it's over when you compare how they.
Even with food, when he's like, he won't eat the food that you're giving him. The mother gets up and go make something else.
Yeah.
as
I'll let
opposed
your
to
ass
letting
go
the
hungry.
child
Yeah.
starve.
Yeah.
And then when you're hungry enough, you will eat this food. Because the hunger will bring you back to this thing that you don't want to eat.
Exactly.
And I gotta let you get there.
Yeah.
That's where the trauma
Yeah.
comes in.
I gotta let you get there.
That's where the trauma comes
because
in.
I've been trying to. I've been trying to get my son. He's been to feed himself. O rata
fed.
ho Jesu. Nah, we need to put a stop on that. He needs to start eating on his own. And then now, because o rata ho di papadi, man, so he won't feed himself. He'll run around. Then we leave the food there. We give him nothing else until he finishes that. And then utaba hasa tsure ke tlalo tla jega ta mona hair sa tshwara spoon here.
Because natural instinct will always kick in.
Eventually.
It will always kick in.
And he tries to go to his nanny. I go, no, feed me. I at least a plate. I'm off here on a kere maze. We take a money next. When I'm get plate you will pay a fat until and it will take hours, yo.
Sure.
Yeah, it will take hours. To a point keep was okay, yes, we'll even go to sleep a la bilena. But eventually eventually.
Sometimes you even send him to bed like that.
Yeah. Yo. And it's tough, yo. It's tough. But you have to. Because otherwise, if you just let them just be, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and when I'm raising a 5-year-old who can't feed himself, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
It'll be a burden to another man's daughter.
It makes no sense. And as I think we digressed a bit. Did I even ask you guys what you guys were up to last week? Bali, what were you up to last week?
I wasn't up to anything, Des.
Yeah. Nothing much, nothing much.
That is so loaded.
Alright, man. Few things. Can again, delicious weekend this weekend. You know, man, like I just wanted us to just touch a little bit. You know,
Disgusting.
yo,
Absolutely gross.
man, they lost.
Revolting.
Yo, they lost Janet.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunate passing of her brother, and then okay, maybe that's a little dampener. And now,
Which brother died?
Tito.
yeah, I think Tito. Yeah, Tito, and he's one of the oldest. Yeah, I think he's one of the oldest of the crew there. Kiana Nardala, Katagara. Yeah, so he's the one that passed away. And Janet was a good act for them to get, man.
Yeah.
Yo, Janet is an absolute superstar. So for them to get her,
I really wanted to see Janet.
yeah, Janet was gonna be something, man. And like I just feel like talking again this time around, the Delicious Fest was just marred with bad luck.
It was.
From the weather and them losing Janet.
What would have been an alternative that would have suited everyone? Did people expect them to cancel today?
Nah, but you can't cancel.
So what, like, why are people upset? Like, yes, I get it's Jason Derulo, but at such short notice, who,
You know, and I get to be contract, yeah, Janet is wrong because this is so,
Hey.
you know, out of. It's not like she wanted to cancel.
Hey.
You know,
So-
she gets to keep the money under these circumstances.
like, genuinely, I feel like we were being hard on
On the organizers, nah.
because they tried their best to get a replacement act at such short notice. Because when did this guy die? On Monday?
Yeah, it was
But
announced
now
on
when we're
Monday.
sitting in a boardroom there as an event organizing committee, and we are now faced with this issue,
Yeah.
colossal fuck up.
Yeah, I'm sure they tried to get somebody.
And all of us in the room are you know, bringing up names.
Names.
Remember how we were doing with the party?
Yeah.
Coming up with names.
Yeah.
Who was that motherfucker that said Jason Derulo in that room?
Maybe it was a motherfucker.
Come on, man. Like, oh, I know. Jason Derulo.
But Jason was already in the country. I get.
Yes, and sometimes
that why?
Yeah,
Yes.
sometimes
What is he doing here?
It's easier to book.
I know the whites love him.
Yeah, the white
He's
people
already
love
in the
him.
country
Yeah.
He was already in Cape Town, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's not to say it was hard to get him here.
And they kind of again events do that, right?
Hey.
I agree. Kind of again, October, I think. Rocking the Daisies is happening. So because a lot of artists are coming for Rocking the Daisies, a lot of other smaller events are booking the
Those artists,
the very same
yes.
artists. But oh, since you are in the country, Luena,
Do you mind?
do you mind also doing this,
Well,
this? So it makes sense.
So
and
maybe
then-
that's why they didn't even just stop at Jason. But it's okay, let Lamonka Jason, but like we need a real act also.
And then maybe
but
Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes, because there was no way they were gonna just let Jason, even Jason.
Oh, they call him Busta Rhymes too?
Yeah.
Yeah, Busta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, and that's not
tonight?
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, tonight.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not just.
Yeah, he was already. I think with Alena Lispliff star as
So
he
I
support.
wonder what they.
Okay, he's gonna put on a show.
Yeah, he's gonna put on a
best.
show and Baliki shame. And then now double whammy with the weather hard. You know, double whammy with the weather.
The weather out here is horrible.
It's disgusting, bro. Like, and for
I
September.
wonder if any of the people that are stuck on the N3 were coming to the Delicious Fest as well.
Yo,
That would just be disgusting.
Jesus.
Because first you don't see Janet.
The weather's fucked up. I'm stuck on the road
Bruh.
for God knows until when.
Yeah, so no, I don't understand people that say.
Yeah, no, I think
they're gonna boycott Delicious. This is the last one. No, I think
no,
you're
Balaki
being-
shame. A lot of this is out of their hands, shame.
It is
A lot of this is out of their hands.
because when ubuzo kwenza njani,
And
ufuna benze njani bona.
I think like this time it was really the first year where they really listened to their
Yeah.
audience.
For them to even say this, if you don't want to come to today's one, you can use your today's ticket for
To come
tomorrow's
Sunday
one,
for Jill Scott.
but on a first come first serve basis. For them to even give you that option.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bali,
And you have to buy separate tickets for both
Yes.
events.
So for them to say you can bring your Saturday ticket
for Sunday.
for Sunday, come on, they
Nah, no,
really
Bali.
did try.
Yeah, Bali, shame. And I think with the acts that they picked for this year as well.
Yeah.
It's them just listening to the audience.
Who was here last year?
Maxwell.
Maxwell, yes.
Well, I don't know who
You
was
went
on the
last
Saturday.
year.
Yes, but I always go on the Sunday. I don't go on the Saturday.
Oh, the Saturday one.
I
The
actually
year
don't know who
before,
here
Nelly, was
last
it
year.
Erica?
No.
Erica was the year before that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, man, I think they tried their best.
Yeah, they really
and
did. They really did.
Like,
It's just
all
bad luck.
things considered,
Wasn't it Lauryn Hill?
no, it wasn't. I said
Wasn't
that
Lauryn Hill slated for Delicious Fest that she rocked up late or didn't show up to?
That was just Jazz Fest.
That was she came to the jazz festival, like, but that was many years ago in Cape Town. She barely performed.
Yeah.
She sang one song and then she kept asking us if we could hear her the rest of the time. Catch the rest of this episode on Patreon.
The Dojo.